Boom, hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and you're watching Miguel EDC. Today I have an awesome knife review for you, and yes, you saw the title and thumbnail. We're going to be reviewing the Lothar Lich King. If you haven't seen the unboxing on this guy, I got a chance to unbox this knife about 2 to 3 weeks ago. The Lothar Knife Company reached out to me via IG private message and said, hey, we got this knife we want you to check out. Would you mind taking a look at it and reviewing it in the channel? And I said, yes, say less. Certainly send the knife over. I'll be more than happy to check it out and do a unboxing and review video for you. That is the knife for the review today, the Lothar Lich King. So I gotta say, I've been EDCing this guy here for quite a bit and it has been an awesome experience. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. Keep in mind, guys, there are affiliate links down in the description. Those affiliate links do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. So if you want to check out this knife or learn more about this knife, there'll be links down below. Also, if you have an awesome knife of yours that you don't mind me or don't mind sharing, or you would like to see featured in the channel, I am going to start making videos of knives from my viewers. If you want to go ahead and don't mind letting me borrow your knife for about a few weeks so I can use it and make a review video of it, I'll put my email right here. It gets expensive if I had to buy all of the knives that I make content on. So if you guys would like your knife feature on the channel, don't mind me making a video from it, letting me borrow it for a week or two, then that would be awesome and it would support the channel a ton. All right, that being said, let's jump right into it. So what is the total length on this knife? Let's take a look right here. It is a medium to large, certainly on the larger side of the spectrum here. So we're looking at a total of a hair over 8¼ inches right there. And then as far as the blade, let's see, total blade, we have 3.5. Cutting edge, we have about 3.5 as well. Yeah, 3.5 as well. Let's do some quick comparisons. Of course, here is the Paramilitary 2 and here is the Par 3. It is certainly very comparable to the PM2, and the Par 3 definitely much smaller there by comparison. And let's also throw in here Demco AD 20.5 in the clip point version. It is a smaller knife. Same deal going on with the AD 20.5 on the shark's foot version, right? This guy's still Lothar Lich King, still a larger knife there. How about the Spider Coast Muck right there? Very comparable, although still bigger in the handle there and also the blade. And last but not least, the Rat Model 1. Yeah, the Rat Model 1 is a behemoth of a knife, so it is probably the only knife that is bigger than the Lothar Lich King. And sure, why not? Since we are here, let's do the Rat Model 2. Rat Model 2 is such a tiny knife there compared to the Lich King. So what's the deployment like on this knife? So you have a flipper going on there, so you could of course flip this guy open, or you could thumb deploy right here. There's a cutout on the blade there. If you put your thumb to that, then you could get some grip there to thumb deploy it. And I want to say, did I reverse flick this guy? Yeah, you certainly can. It takes a little bit of like you really want to get your fingernail right there, right in the hole. I can see where that conversation is going. You guys get the idea, right? So yeah, you can reverse flick this guy. Yeah, if you put some enthusiasm into it, you sure can. And yeah, thumb deployment and flipper. So this guy is a liner lock. That's what we have going on. This guy, liner lock going on with a huge blade right here, D2 satin finish blade, which by the way, it was one of the things that I first fell in love with right from the start. And even till this day, this blade looks savage to me. We're gonna get more into that later on. There are some pros and cons to that blade, which we'll get into. We have some stainless steel going on here on the scales and G10. So it's a little bit of both materials there, stainless steel and G10. There's a little bit of texture or contour going on as well, which is part of the kind of theme going on with this knife. Just pretty neat. You have a decently, right, not the deepest carry knife in the world, but about that much of the knife is gonna come out of the pocket. Could it have been a little bit more deep carry? Sure, that would have been nice to have, but about this much with the current clip. The one thing that I noticed with this knife is there is no lefties, no holes here drilled for the lefties. So that is something to keep in mind. I'm not sure why, Lothar. That would have been something nice to have. So it's on the right side, pocket clip, and then nothing going on the other side for lefties. I'm glad that by default it is tip up carry, but that is nice for the 5-10 people out there that still want to do tip down carry for whatever reason. It doesn't have the cutouts or holes for that. Again, going back to that blade, love the reverse, not reverse. Love the tento going on here with a kind of a curve in section right there, which is very, very nice. Also sort of like a harpoon going on here at the top. So that's why I was so in love with it from the very beginning. Got this harpoon going on at the top, and then some solid jimping going on up there as well. So that's very, very nice. And yeah, did I mention that this guy is a thick boy? It's a thick EDC knife, no doubt about that. Check out this whole spacer section right here in the back. The stainless steel liners right there as well. Speaking of how thick, here's do a quick carry profile next to the Para 3. Again, the Leech King here on the right. So it's definitely thicker than the Para 3, thicker than the PM2, I'm sure, thicker than the Demco 8020.5. How does it compare to the Rat Model 1? Well, it's even thicker than the Rat Model 1. So yeah, this is in a whole different category of chunker knives, no doubt about that. What does it look like in the pocket or height and length compared to? I can get it in a position where, okay, I guess that's the best position that it will do. Is it as wide as the Spyderco's PM2 and Para 3? Not necessarily, so it does have that going for it. Compared to these two, it's definitely much slimmer, so that's good. What about the Demco 8020.5? Still slimmer than the Demco brothers right there, regardless of the blade shape, so that's good. Definitely the Spyderco's Muck has a beat, and I want to say, if anything, the Rat Model 1 might be just about the same. So the Smock is slimmer, and the Rat Model 1 probably compares to the Leech King the most. Let's do a quick hardware check on this guy. By the way, guys, my tools are highly recommendable, and they are linked down below in the description. So if you want to check those out, those links do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. They're part of the Strabito tool set. And I want to say my guess here, based on what I'm seeing, probably T8 and T6. T8 in the pivot, T6 on the body screws. Let's test that theory. Here's my T8 bit. Let's see. Yeah, so T8 in the pivot right there. Could it be a T9? Let me see. Nah, T9 is too big. So T8 there. And then is it T6 or T7? T6 fits good, and T7 is too big. So yeah, that is your combination going on right there. Even on the pocket clip, yeah, T6 there as well. Let's do a quick blade stock thickness on this bad boy. I want to say here, and the thickest point is going to be 0.11. So that's still a little bit slimmer than, let's say, the Yojimbo 2 or the Spyderco PM2. Okay, 0.11 inches right there. And it probably tapers down to a very slim 0.01 inches at the very, very tip. All right, is there any milling going on this knife? And I want to say yes. I actually see some milling going on, about 3 ovals on that side and around another oval or so, and then of course the cutout for the liner lock on this side. So it is milled, believe it or not, but it's still a little bit on the, you know, substantial, not the heaviest knife out there, right? It is supposed to be somewhat of a heavy carry knife, but yeah, let's go ahead and put the weight to the test here, shall we? So let's do a quick weight test. It is again on the thick carry type of knives category. So 5.8 ounces, 5.8 ounces total weight. I want to compare it really quick to a knife that I recently unboxed in the channel, and that is the Netfos W Swan. Both knives are on that chunker category. Both of them feel kind of somewhat of the same weight. So I'm curious to see. This guy, by the way, I'm EDCing currently, and I'll have a review video on this guy here very, very shortly. It is very drop shotty there, as you can see. So let's see. This guy comes in at 6.2 ounces. I'm telling you, they're up there. So as long as you're not wearing gym shorts on a daily basis, you should be okay. So, and then again, this guy was 5.8. 5.8 versus 6.2. Definitely something to keep in mind there. As far as the weight goes, is it necessarily the lightest knife that you'll ever have? Probably not, right? And you don't carry this knife because of the weight. If you're really concerned about the weight of your knife, pick up an Elementum or something with G10. You carry this guy because of the elegance, right? Because of how cool looking and elegant it is. And did I mention this guy comes in at around $40, guys? So check those links in the description below. Check out the price on this guy, $40 with the D2 blade. I want to say knives like the Elementum are at least $10 more. The Kershaw Leaker is at least $10 more. So you're getting a heck of a deal here on this knife with D2, with how robust this build is. This awesome blade shape there for around $40. $40. What's the carry experience been like with this guy? Well, I must say, you know, this has been an awesome knife to carry. I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but it is on ball bearings. We have a ball bearing going on this guy, which makes it very, very smooth on deployment, right? So that is very, very good. And then just hear the sound on this thing. It's got a solid thunk to it, right? There it is. And something else that I noticed is the liner here, right? I wish that there was some sort of texture going on right here in the liner. That would have been nice. It would certainly help. But also the liner is not extremely resistant to where you really have a difficult time. So that's nice. It does stand out above the frame quite a bit in order for you to be able to close the blade. Overall, it has a very, very elegant design, and I mean, just look at it.
Oh, go figure. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Got it for $700.
Got a little bit of an accent right here. Bronze accents around the pivot on both sides, so that's pretty neat right there, very unique. I want to say I haven't really done multiple element type of handle scales in the past, so this is a first for me. It's a whole different type of vibe, whole different type of style going on, and it's again very present and similar on that Netfoss W Swan, where they combine the stainless steel scale with the G10, and that's what you have going on right here on these guys. Again, if that calls to you, if you like that sort of style, then this knife is definitely going to be right up your alley. And again, guys, $40. So $40 for this elegant knife right here. So overall, awesome fit and finish. The knife feels really, really good. Nice chamfering going on. No sharp edges. There's even some jimping going on for whatever reason. Texture going on in the back. So I'm assuming when you are hanging onto the knife, that gives you some additional grip there for your palm, perhaps. So that's good. The jimping right here on the blade is also very convenient. And basically, you could put your thumb all the way to where the harpoon starts right there, and that gives you a lot of leverage. Ergos on this knife are very, very good, nice and comfortable. No complaints there of any kind. So very, very good ergos. I want to say the pocket clip, it may not have lefties in mind, and it might not be as deep carry, but when it comes to hanging on to the handle here, there's no sore spots or anything like that on that clip. I even forget the clip is there, which is very, very good. So those forward cuts with the thumb support right here are going to be very, very comfortable and good. When I say reverse cuts, those are going to be pretty good. And then we get into the blade. So if you notice from earlier, I mentioned the blade has this sort of curve right here. So that curve also helps with when you're doing your cuts, right? It actually allows, or maybe even makes the cutting experience even more efficient. The fact that it's actually more inclined to cut because it's shaped that way. Obviously, it's not going to be as aggressive as, let's say, a karambit or a kukri or anything like that, but you sort of have kind of that principle going on there. So that's going to help with your cuts as well. Here's a quick paper cutting test. You guys let me know, rated from 1 through 10, how sharp is this guy? Bam. I mean, it's certainly going to cut, and like I mentioned, that concave shape to it is going to help quite a bit. So we know it can do paper. There's no doubt about paper. You can do that all day, every day, right? You guys rate it from 1 through 10. How sharp is it? So very, very sharp out of the box, and also has maintained a really solid edge even after EDC in it for as long as I have. And let's do a little bit of cardboard here, because why not? Again, keep in mind when cutting cardboard, always do it at an angle, diagonally like this, never perpendicular like that. And it should look something like this. Bam. All right, let me know, guys. It is cutting that cardboard like nobody's business. Well, there it is. There's your paper and cardboard cutting test. And yeah, anytime you cut a little bit of cardboard, you're always going to have a little bit of residue left on the blade there. That is okay. You can clean that later. No big deal. Other than that, the only other thing to keep in mind with this very sexy and attractive looking blade and this satin finish D2, the only thing that might be a concern is when it comes time to sharpening this guy. Because of the way that it's shaped, you know, it might be perhaps a little bit more challenging to shape an edge that is kind of shaped this way, if you think about it. And then of course you have to worry about two sections. So you have to shape the tip to this section here, and then you also have to, you know, shape. You have to sharpen this section here from the tip to about this crease right here, and then you also have to sharpen this other section right there as well. So that's the only thing that comes to mind. Other than that, I feel like the blade is really, really good. And of course you have this thumb cut out here for thumb deployment, which is nice. You could do that slowly also if you want to. We said earlier you could reverse flick this guy with more enthusiasm, just like that, which is very, very nice. But yeah, those are, you know, very minimal things. If you like the aesthetics of the knife, you like chunker thick boys, right? Again, $40. I think of all the other knives that come to mind for this price range, and none of them are as thick as a tank of an EDC as this one is. And yeah, if that's what you're looking for, then yeah, this is definitely a knife that you would want to check out. There's even jimping going on there on the flipper. I know that sounds like it's a given, but you know, a lot of knives are not doing that these days for whatever reason. So that is something that is good to have. Again, the firing action on this guy is solid, and I could just do it over and over again with those ball bearings. It makes the deployment and closing action very, very smooth. with one hand all day, every day. Then I want to say I've probably opened and closed this guy while watching Netflix and movies and stuff like that for hours and hours at a time, and I haven't had any issues. So highly recommend this guy. This is a knife that you can use and abuse. Put it to the test, right? Cut some cardboard, some paper, some rope, cut some wood with this guy. It is ready for that. It is an elegant knife, and in a way, when you think about it, it's sort of like a tactical knife. I know that term is very, very overused in the EDC knife community, so take it with a grain of salt, but it kind of sort of gives me those vibes. It certainly does. Nothing crazy as far as billboarding on the blade. So you have Lothar on this side and then D2 steel on this side, and that's about it. You have a nice little Lothar logo right there with the lion wings and everything. There is a lanyard hole, which by the way, it does come with a cord. This is not paracord. This is more like a shoelace type of cord, and your skull if you really want to rock that vibe for the Lich King. But yeah, that was an automatic takeoff for me right off the bat, and I've been just EDCing it without that the entire time, and it's been great. It really has been great. So you guys let me know if I missed anything down in the comments, right? Let me know if there's anything else that you want to know about this knife. It'll be a pleasure to answer your comments or anything that you want to know. If you guys made it to this point in the video, guys, you are awesome. I love you all. You're the real MVPs. Check out this video next that YouTube thinks is a good recommendation for you. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.